Nobody told you that you were building something, not because they didn't care, because from the outside it looked like struggle, someone who hadn't figured it out, someone the world quietly filed under still trying, and you never corrected them. Not once. Not in 5 years. What nobody outside your life could see, that's what this video's about. By the end, you won't look at the cheap car, the skipped dinner, or last year's shoes the same way again. Looking poor wasn't a problem to fix. It was the strategy. Level 1. The accidental decision. It started with a car, grey, 4 doors, high mileage. Not a plan, just a number you could spend without feeling it. That night, you did the math. If you'd bought what everyone else buys, the monthly payment for 5 years would have been a number you had to read twice. 3 weeks later, Marcus pulled in next to you in his new car. "That yours?" he said. The pause after wasn't cruel, it was automatic. His brain updating its file on you. You said nothing, but the pause stayed. 6 weeks later, your mother called. "Are you doing okay? Financially, I mean." Kindness, not judgment. That's what landed hardest. "I'm fine," you said. She didn't believe you. The people who loved you most were the most convinced something was wrong, and you hadn't corrected them. You were starting to wonder if that was strength or something else. If this feels like your life being described out loud, subscribe. What's coming next is the part most people never reach. Level 2, the first real cost. It's not the judgment that costs you, it's the doubt. At 11 p.m, tired, something expensive drives past, and something animal in you just wants it, not the car, the ease of it. There was a dinner, 8 people, a menu with no prices on your side. On the drive home, alone, you ran the number, your share of the bill, and what it would become in 5 years somewhere else. It didn't feel like discipline. It felt like a choice you made alone that the world kept questioning. And on the worst days, so did you. That's the real cost of looking poor. Not the comments, the moments you wonder if they're right. Still here? That's rare. Subscribe. Level 3 is where this stops being about a car. Level 3, the almost break one. Saturday. Tired from months of small negotiations, you found yourself on a dealership website. Right price, right age, payments that sounded fine. You put it in the basket, looked at it for 11 minutes. Then you opened a different app, the number you'd been quietly building this whole time without telling anyone. You looked at both numbers side by side. You closed the website, not because you're strong, because the math was boring and impossible to unsee. The car started first try the next morning. It always does. Level 4, the witness you didn't expect. Most people who notice what you're doing say the wrong thing. This one said nothing at all. James works at your company. Not the type who parks where people can see his car. He's the kind you work beside for months before realizing he's been watching more carefully than anyone. He stops at your car on a Thursday. "How long?" he says. 2 years. He nods, doing math he isn't ready to share. "I drove a car like this for 9 years. People thought I was struggling the whole time." He pauses. "I retired at 54. He walks inside. You stand there longer than you need to. In 2 years, nobody had said anything like that. Every comment had been the same thing. A pause, a question, a suggestion that the car was a symptom of something broken. James didn't see a symptom. He saw a decision he recognized, because he'd made it himself. For the first time in 2 years, you felt something that wasn't doubt. You felt located. Level 5. The conversation that changes everything. 8 months later, you found James in the break room. "How did you actually do it?" He poured his coffee, didn't answer immediately. "I stopped spending money on being understood," he said. "Every expensive thing I didn't buy. I wasn't just saving money. I was refusing to pay for convincing people I was doing well. People who weren't even paying attention." He picked up his mug. "The hardest part isn't the money. It's accepting most people will never know what you were doing, and being okay with that." He walked out. You stood there, coffee going cold, spending money on being understood. You'd been doing it in small ways you'd never admitted. The dinners you couldn't fully afford because not going required an explanation. The times you'd almost upgraded because the pause on people's faces was heavier than the math. The receipt in the drawer suddenly meant something different. Level 6. The number you showed nobody 3.5 years in. A quiet Sunday morning. You opened the account, the one running silently underneath every parking lot pause, every dinner ordered carefully, every phone call about doing okay financially. The number had crossed something. Not euphoria. Something quieter. The way water becomes ice. You can't point to the exact moment. You just notice one day it's changed. You didn't post about it. Didn't tell Marcus, didn't mention it at the next dinner. You closed the app, made coffee, drove to work in the same car. Here's the uncomfortable part. You've been watching someone make a decision most people around you are quietly judging right now. And if you're honest, you've judged someone for it too. The person in the old car, the one who didn't upgrade, the one who ordered carefully. You assumed you knew their story, you didn't. Level 7, the day someone got it wrong for the last time 4 years in. A Monday meeting with a new client. Sharp, the kind who reads a room in 30 seconds and files everyone accordingly. He filed you in the first 30 seconds. A glance at your watch, your shoes. The invisible audit expensive people run on rooms they haven't met yet. He decided something about you before you spoke. But this time was different. You didn't feel it like Marcus's pause 4 years ago. You felt something cooler, almost curiosity. Because you knew something he didn't. You knew the number in the quiet account. You knew what 4 years of not spending money on being understood had built. Silently, underneath every parking lot pause and phone call asking if you were okay. He thought he was reading you. He was reading your shoes. Level 8. What looking poor? Actually cost you 5 years. You finally add it all up. Not just money. Everything. The dinners you didn't fully enjoy while doing math nobody else at the table was doing. The relationships that drifted because you kept saying no. The doubt. The loneliness of being certain about something you couldn't explain to anyone who hadn't seen the numbers. That cost was real. And here's the part nobody says out loud. It was worth it. Not because money beats connection, or certainty beats belonging, but because the alternative, 5 years performing a life for people who'd file you in 30 seconds anyway, yeah, that cost would have been permanent. The account could be rebuilt. That version of yourself could not. Level 9, the full circle, same parking lot. 5 years later, same car, a new employee, first week, eager, looks at your car the way Marcus once did. You see the pause, you feel it land. But this silence isn't doubt. It's the quiet confidence of someone who knows exactly what they're looking at and knows he doesn't. He thinks he's reading a car. He has no idea it's proof of someone who figured it out so completely they stopped needing anyone to see it. Somewhere right now, someone's pulling into a lot in a car that costs less than most people's rent. Someone nearby is doing the pause. That person is either about to spend 5 years performing their way out of it, or sitting with something quiet, patient, invisible to everyone watching. If someone in your life drives the old car, skips the dinner, wears last year's shoes, and you've assumed you knew their story, you didn't. You were reading a car. Tell me something. Is there a decision in your life right now that people around you have completely wrong, and you haven't corrected them? Not what it is, just whether it exists. If this made you see something differently, the person in the old car, the quiet decision, the number nobody knew about, then you already know what the next video is going to do to you. I made one on what actually happens when you refuse to finance a German luxury car. Watch that next. And if you haven't subscribed yet, now is the time, because that video will hit harder than this one.